Okay, so these are the things I hate about my brand new Tacoma. This is a 2017, it's got a little over 600 miles on it. I've had it about a week. I would like to say I love this paint. And I absolutely adore the truck. Would definitely buy it again. But there are some little quirks that I don't like. Let's just start on the back. My first complaint is this came with a tow package. I think it's a class 4, but this receiver is too wide for the pin that I have for my receiver. I have a locking pin and it's just too short for the locking mechanism to attach. So this is a little bit wider than the one on my Jeep because it fit just fine on my Jeep. The second complaint is this tailgate. It looks great, but this is a work truck. We're gonna be doing stuff with it. And this right here really grinds my gears. This plastic should have been over this. So if you have a ladder or a piece of wood you want to lean up against the back of the truck, it's gonna lean right up against here. Scratch the paint. That could have been way better. My other one is this bed. It's not metal, it's some plastic carbonate stuff, but it's really slippery. Now they make bed mats for these and you can get it as an option. I obviously don't have that, but this thing is just stupid slippery. My next one is the gas cap. Let me take it off and put it somewhere. Does that work? Oh, yeah, I guess that works. What a pain in the butt. It's got a leash on it, but I don't really want to flop it around all the time. So there's no good place to stick this guy. Maybe in 15 years when this thing breaks, I'll be in a world of trouble. Because as it always goes, you set it here, you're done pumping, you leave the gas station, and you remember you forgot to put it back on, and it has disappeared forever. My other complaint is the chain for the spare tire hangs kind of low. If you're in traffic and there's a car behind you, I'm thinking they can see that. And it just looks stupid. But that's a minor complaint. Okay, we're in. Let's, while we're here, if I keep my foot off the brake and push the button once, the accessories come on. Which is pretty much just the radio, as far as I know. If you keep your foot off the brake and push it again, everything comes on. That's your ignition on, but it doesn't start. So we're gonna push it and then it'll turn everything off. But normally, put your foot on the brake, tap it, truck comes on. The first complaint on the inside is Pandora has acted up on me twice. I've had this truck a week and Pandora twice has played 2 totally different songs at the same time. I don't know if anybody else has had that issue. To fix it, I've just changed stations and it goes back to normal. But that is kind of weird. That's the only issue I've had with the whole touchscreen and Intune system. My second complaint on the inside is this shifter. I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna set it down right here. The shifter's got some up and down movement. Maybe I just play with it too much. At least that's what my wife says. I should shift the truck, not play with it. But I don't like that little bit of movement. It's firm in all other directions. Just needs to be tightened up just a little bit. Also, when I ride, I like to rest my fingers right here. If you can see where the plastic is, it's joined right there. There's a seam, and I can feel it with my finger. It's the same on the washer arm, and it's just an annoyance. I ride with my finger right there sometimes when I'm riding down the road, and that my finger catches it, and it's just very apparent. Also, the sunroof, we've got up, down, open, close. If I push open, it just opens a little bit. I gotta push it again for it to auto open. Why do I gotta push it twice? Same with close. Close. Oh, no. You gotta hold that one a little bit longer. That's a pain. It should just be one touch. Oh, I guess it is if you hold it a little bit longer. Maybe I'm just an idiot. Let's try close. Yeah, that works. I'm just lazy. Toyota's one touch is more like one hold. Alright. So I guess I learned something new. Now, my biggest complaint with this truck, the absolute worst feature of the whole truck, and it could be fixed so easily. If it's hot outside or cold outside and you've got your fan just blowing as strong as it can and you get a phone call, I think this is the speaker, or I'm sorry, the microphone for the telephone. Let's see if you can hear it. Now, the fan doesn't sound that loud to us, but when that's on and a phone call comes in, it does not automatically turn itself off or lower itself so that it doesn't sound like a wind tunnel to the other person on the phone. I've had that complaint every single time I've gotten a phone call, and I get them very frequently. So when I get a phone call, I gotta manually turn it off, take the call, after the call, turn it back on. Ugh, why? I don't know. I don't know why. Now look at this boot here. Look at all this leather they put on it. Why? Why'd you put that much on there? Look at all this extra fabric. Ugh. That's terrible. Just looks totally out of place. Also, crawl control. Oh gosh, we gotta test this because this is just crazy. Alright, so for crawl control, we've got multi-terrain select and crawl. Now, let's just see what happens when we push the crawl button. Crawl not available. Alright, so we got to put it in four-wheel drive. I'm going to back down the driveway just a little bit. We're going to twist it into 4 high. We got some blinky blinkies. Let off the brake a little bit. Okay. We're in 4 low. Let's shift back into neutral. Oh, sorry, 4 high. Now we got to push this in and twist one more time to get to 4 low. It's engaged. All right, now we're gonna hit crawl control again. Oh, we got to go to drive. This thing is so smart. All right, crawl. There's our speed. Now I'm gonna turn this dial down into 1. We're in crawl control. We're on low. We're in drive. I'm gonna let off the brake. Can you hear this thing? God, that was awful. That can't be good. That can't be good. Okay, we got one more thing in here. Now, I don't have my seatbelt on right now, but if I open the door, leave the door open, and turn the engine off, this thing starts beeping at me. Why? It's ridiculous. Alright. The last thing. The back seats. Now the headrest, if you reach your finger in here and grab a hold of this, you can open it. It's pretty easy to do with one hand, but when you open it, it falls down. Now I guess that's for looking behind you? Whatever. So it doesn't come out. So you gotta, oh, there you go. You gotta do that to get it out. Which is one, you can do it one-handed, but it's kind of a pain. I'm gonna pick this guy up. We're gonna pull this, and that folds down nicely right there. That's easy enough to do with one hand. Until you gotta deal with this guy. What are we gonna do with this guy? Oh, he goes in here. Oh, gotta hold it by the top. Oh, what? Look at that. Alright, that one's lined up. That one's off like by 1/8 of an inch. Really? God, that is such a pain. Alright, so you can do that one-handed, but I hope you're a gorilla. Why doesn't that line up? That's ridiculous. I can force it in there one-handed, but it's not fun. Alright, how about putting it up? I'm gonna stick this in there. Alright. Now I noticed there's these little pockets here on the seat. I've never had a Toyota before, but my guess is these go up in here. And that way they're going to be up above when you close and not trapped down below. You just pull them out one-handed. So that's kind of cool, actually. Let me put my headrest back in. Does this line up? No. Seriously? Oh, it's so close. I wonder if those are straight. They don't look straight. Maybe they need to be bent out. Oh, I put it in backwards. Oh good, it doesn't lock when you put it in backwards. There we go. Alright.